Hello, guys. Alex Fedotoff here, and today we have a special guest. We have Mykhailo. He's one of our students in ESS program. He and his partner are doing 350K per month. He's from Ukraine originally, was able to build a business, a POD business, and today we will talk about registering the company, like operating the company, scaling the company as non-resident of United States, as someone who's coming from a country where you don't have a lot of options, and also structuring all of that stuff. So a lot of tactical stuff. So thank you so much, Mykhailo, for joining me today. Tell me your background. Like, how did you get into e-commerce?
Oh man, I was that was quite a long time ago, like 2018 or even 2017. And believe it or not, actually, that was my partner who introduced me to e-com, and that was actually one of your videos that he found out on the internet back those days, and like he told me, "Hey man, like here's like a completely new stuff that we haven't tried yet. This is called e-com, and we could make a couple of bucks here, or even more. So let's dig," because that was the time that like we've been struggling to make any money, just for maybe couple of years after we left like the usual job. And actually we spent like, I'd say maybe 10 to 15K that time in 2018, trying to find that product, trying to find some traction. And we just but spent all that money with no luck, with no ability to generate good sales and being profitable, and we were completely broke. I remember selling my car and all that stuff because like we were completely out of money. And then we decided to pick up the proven winners that were already burned out, and trying to sell them to Ukraine, because Ukraine was like not that saturated market. So we went doing that, and we imported, because Ukraine was all about cash on delivery and etc. And it is still really about cash on delivery. So we used to purchase. So we took some loans or something. We took some irrelevant partners who just brought some money, and we were importing goods from China directly to Ukraine. And then we built up a sales department that would make calls. So we were generating leads from the internet, from the Facebook ads, and then our sales department was making calls and convincing people to buy, making upsells and all that stuff. We had stocks and blah blah blah. So yeah, it was that kind of business, which like brought some money. But again, due to our mindset, we weren't able to actually do anything really good, stable, and I can't even call that business. It was just like a way to earn some money. And as soon as we generated some money, we got back to e-com, trying to sell to the United States and etc. And then we spent really much money again. And then we started getting with drop shipping, some pretty standard drop shipping, and then eventually landed with the POD, which we do right now. And we have a couple of POD niches on the United States market and on the European market. So yeah, this is like the story. As usual, being broke, trying to find options and etc.
Oh man, so what is like, because we've been coming, so you're from Ukraine, I'm from Ukraine, like we have a lot of obstacles in terms of just like, not just like selling stuff, right? But even to establish the business, like getting like payment processors, like, and being able to sell stuff. So how the journey looked for you? Like, how did you, like, where did you establish your first company? Like, where did you get the payment processors to start selling online?
Man, I will try to skip all the let's say options that we tried, but they didn't work. And we really tried. We researched hard. We tried so much stuff, but until we actually established an LLC in the United States, everything else was like useless. So basically, like the experience that we have and the experience that I feel is still quite relevant is if you are from a country where you can get payment processors and etc., but you want to sell to the United States, go and find somebody who is a United States citizen and agree with them that they are like a part of this game, and this will make the whole life way easier, because if you have a United States citizen, you can open up a company absolutely remotely. You can get a bank account, you can get Stripe, you can get PayPal, and yeah, basically, I assume this would be enough at the very beginning. Because otherwise, you can open up a company completely remotely without going to the United States, but the bank account would be a big issue, I'd say. And even if you have a bank account, being a foreigner without the social security number would actually cause issues with Stripe and most probably PayPal, because they will ask for the United States residential address. And as soon as you start playing games with them, you are fucked. Like this is my experience. This is our experience. So yeah, if you want to do that, just find somebody, agree with them that they're gonna have just 1% of the business on paper. Agree with them. I don't know, any kind of fee you would like to pay, whether that is like percent of the profits or some kind of like, I don't know, retainer, and do your game. That's it.
So you managed to
And by
find
the way,
someone to help you with it?
Exactly, yeah. We'll find a person, yeah, who is a resident of the United States, and he was okay with us like doing all that. So we established an LLC.
Was that person like was it something from your family, or was that just like random person?
It was somewhere in the middle. So it wasn't nothing about family, not at all. But it was a person like we didn't even know, but it was a friend of our friends of our friends or whatever, and that person was okay with us. Yeah, with us doing that. So well, as usual, the same thing. We had an issue with the European markets, so we had to open up another company in Europe, and because we wanted to sell to Europe, and then you start having issues with Klarna and all that stuff.
Yeah,
if you come
exactly, yeah,
with a United States company. So having some experience from the United States, it was easier, but still, I had to find somebody in the Netherlands.
wow.
And it was quite a game. So, for example, in the Netherlands, it's easier to set up a company and even get some simple bank account like TransferWise or Revolut, just to start with that. But then again, when you start working with PayPal is going to ask you for the residential address in the Netherlands. So yeah, you need to have somebody there at least, and that's our experience, and really has been working for us well up until now.
Interesting. So the same way you found someone in the United States to register your company with, like you have found someone in Netherlands to help you establish Klarna and stuff.
No, not in terms of Klarna. It was like similar thing. I mean, to open up a company, I found a person who would actually agree to be a part of that company, like legal wise, and that made all the things way easier to receive all those documents, companies, bank accounts, and etc. And as soon as I had the bank accounts and the company, I was able to go for Klarna, because all the payment processors that I knew, that I researched, they didn't support Klarna for a United States company if I wanted to sell to the European Union.
Nice. So currently, what countries you're selling in right now?
So the United States, of course, Germany, Sweden, Norway, sometimes to Poland as well.
How is Polish market right now?
um, when it's high season, it's worth switching on some ads and getting some conversions. But yeah, it's very hard to do the math in Poland. Very hard without having cash and delivery. I assume that if we had cash and delivery, it would be way better because we don't provide cash on delivery options, and yeah, and the math is really so tough with the conversion rates they have and etc. And this is with the fact that we do have Polish local payment processors. What I know about Polish market, because we did spend like quite an amount there in the ad spend, that it's a huge market in terms of like the population here. They do buy stuff and they do have money. They don't have as much money as Germans would, like as to what our figures say, but still they buy. And another thing about the Polish market is it's not that saturated because it's not that easy to play in the Polish market in terms of math. So like that is like an angle to actually look at the Polish market, I think. And if you can do the cash and delivery, they might be a game changer for somebody. I guess so.
So you're in Poland right now, right?
Yeah, right now I am in Poland. Yeah, right now.
So are you planning to go into like Polish market, like do cash on delivery in Polish market, or at least testing it?
Not with the POD stuff, that's for sure, because POD is about really enormous amount of SKUs and etc. But in terms of like the makeup beauty brand that like I'm starting, have started already, I have this as an idea because still I want to import the products here from China.
Yeah.
And if I have them here in the European Union, why wouldn't I go to Poland as well? I mean, I would try it at least at all. That's for sure.
What were the major obstacles for you? So like that learning curve. So the first like how much you said year, like you spent like $10,000-$15,000 like testing different products and nothing really like clicked for you, right?
that was so for you to connect the dots. The thing is that my partner and I, we come from the let's say web development industry. So we just had a 9 to 24-hour job, like being operations and all that stuff managers in the web development agency. But we were not entrepreneurs, like we didn't have any kind of that experience. So when we quit those jobs, like after spend like 9 or 10 years, like having that 9 to whatever job, we were like people who wanted to make some money and to do business, but we didn't know anything about that, and we didn't have any experience, and we didn't have any feelings, intuition about that. So we were trying to do at least something to offer at least some products. So we did info business, whatever we did. I wouldn't even recall that right now. But where I'm leading to is when we started ecom and started doing some tests, we didn't understand anything, literally anything about what we were doing. I mean, we were just making some creatives, video creatives, and throwing them to Facebook. It was easier that those days. But in terms of understanding what people like can buy or usually buy, there was no understanding at all. And we were trying to buy all the courses and etc., getting one-on-one coaching, but still we didn't understand anything. Yeah, and it was like wasting. I'd say wasting like 15K or something just on doing that stuff. And besides, like we were not combining our efforts. So like I was doing ecom that time, spending that money. My partner was trying to do another project, so we have like some income and etc. Yeah, so it was, yeah. In terms of like spending money, wasting money, and being broke, we had really like many obstacles. So sold cars, sold apartments, and
Crazy.
yeah, loans, irrelevant partners who would bring just money, nothing else, and that would just come for a portion of the profits, and etc. Yeah, so much stuff, much stuff. Like I think pretty usual game for many of us. And besides, what I can tell is about the mindset that I think that the changes, real changes, have started just recently. And we are, I
Hmm.
think my partner and I, we are very slow with that. Even after we build our POD business and it's more or less, let's say, predictable right now, still, even having that, we were chasing money, chasing money, chasing money, and chasing money. So right now it's more about like two things: bringing value to the customers and getting skills. It's a bit different, and it changes the game. It changes the
Hmm.
game absolutely because like we have started and I have started looking at things at a very different angle. So I don't chase this, um, let's say, immediate feedback in terms of profits. I'm not chasing that anymore. I'm okay investing my time, but doing the right things, bringing value, researching. This is boring, but yeah, this is how it is.
Wow, this is such a good point. Yeah, because a lot of people they get into like e-commerce. I mean, any business opportunity, like any business, like, and they expect like to be like millionaires like tomorrow, right? And that's like then they're doing things like they're looking for a shortcut. They're looking for another like tactic that can get them there like as quickly as possible. And if you want to build something like long term and sustainable, then you just and then like if that shortcut, that loophole doesn't work, then they're getting disappointed, right? And they're like, okay, I'll jump on another opportunity. So people jump from one opportunity to another, to like trading, to like forex, to like affiliate marketing, to like e-commerce, to like something else. But as you said, it's like it's all about like figuring out like getting better as entrepreneur and having skills, the process and the understanding of the whole, like all of the important metrics that you have to look at, how to make decisions based on data. Those things never change. And once you understand that on a kind of like very fundamental level, then that's the most valuable thing that you can get from this experience. And then like you continue building on it, like few years, like you build like amazing like large business in Europe. As far as I know, like there's like a VAT, right? Are there any ways to kind of like, maybe like any major like things that you have learned on that side, like to optimize it or to make it like more efficient, specifically
Mm,
selling in Europe?
Man, here is what I know about VAT, and this is my research and my experience. The first thing I'd say is I don't know any legal way to not paying 100% of the VAT. Meaning, if you make a sale for, let's say, 100 euros in Germany, I don't know a legal way I don't know, not to pay 19% or like whatever from that VAT to the government. It's like a must. That's a law. Now this is number one. Number two, I know there are ways how not to pay that, breaking the law, and like using those, let's say, gray schemes and etc. I know that is possible. Like, and many fulfillment centers in China that would offer you just using these Unixpress
Hmm.
IOSS number and etc. etc. So basically, there are ways, but I don't know legal ways. And my feelings and my experience tell me there are no ways, but I can say that I don't know those ways.
If your company is established outside of like European Union, I mean, you won't get the payment processors, right? Like, cause I mean, let's say for Klarna, you need a Dutch company or company registered in European Union. Am I understanding this correctly?
Yeah, that's my knowledge. That's my knowledge. That if you want to, for example, if you have a United States company, you can receive Klarna, but that Klarna would be only for the United States market. It will not work for the European markets. If you want Klarna for the European markets, then Klarna would require you to have an EU company. The one thing that I haven't researched really heavily is that, as far as I remember, there is a Klarna option for Chinese or Hong Kong companies, and that Klarna, I landed to their website. I mean, to their landing page. It was specifically Klarna for Chinese or whatever companies, or maybe Hong Kong companies, and that landing page said that Klarna was actually opening up the whole market, the whole like world market for Chinese companies to sell. So that might be an option. You have a company in China or Hong Kong, and you go and take that Klarna like for a Chinese company, and like maybe their message that Klarna was opening up because the whole world for Chinese companies, maybe that message meant to like that it's possible to sell to EU, but I'm not sure. I haven't actually researched that deeply.
Gotcha. So for the US market, right? Like, so you're selling in US market on the tax like liabilities, like how do you structure your company? Like, do you make your company kind of like end of the year, like not make any profit, or like how do you usually structure your stuff?
Nothing really special. So like everything is pretty transparent. Uh, you have we do have sales, we do have expenses. Uh, Eventually, even if you consider, let's say, making expenses too high, you will still have to pay those taxes somewhere. If, for example, I don't know, you decide to pay some company even more than you paid. For example, that company is based in the European Union, you would pay even more tax than in the United States. Usually, because like some countries like France or Italy, they have like up to 46% or 47% of like tax, and that's eventually when like the personal tax after business taxes. And yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, nothing really extraordinary like there. We do pay sales tax because it's a must-have. It's a hustle. It needs to be organized. It's a pain in the ass, especially with the fact that you need to go and register with each state individually and etc. But
So
like
you
we
actually
use
did it. You actually registered with each one of the states.
not each one, but like I'd say 17 or 18 states where we need to pay that.
Uh-huh. Where are
We
you
have it.
making the most sales?
Yeah, where we have the nexus. We do that.
Uh-huh.
We do that. Yeah, like important because again, like we want to have good sleep at night. That's why we do
Yeah.
that. Man, the good thing is, I agree with you, and that's one of the key points. So we actually want to eventually have projects with exits. In our world, in our mentality, we can imagine a project with an exit where there is like a huge hole with like taxes and all that stuff, because people will look at it and like if I'm not sure, maybe I'm wrong, but I guess people would look at it when before buying the company. So this is number one. Number two is that we would want to have good sleep at night. But the good thing about the sales tax, which I think is very important, is that aside of the VAT in Europe, sales tax is something that the United States customers are ready to pay over the retail price. Well, at least this is our experience. So, for example, if you're selling something for $100 and you switch on the sales tax, you can offer your customers to pay the sales tax over those $100. So you still receive the same amount of money that you were opting for, and the customer just pays you over. And what you have to do is to transfer that money to the government, to the state. Yeah, it's a hassle. You need to understand this thing. You need to set up TaxJar or whatever you set up, Avalara, whatever, to do that for you, and it will cost you in monthly retainers. But still, you don't lose the math in your business. While in the European Union, again, as to our experience, it's different. If you sell something for 50 euros, you can't go and charge the customer another like 19% of VAT in Germany, because the customers are not used to that. They're used to the fact that the retail price includes everything. And you basically, what you do when you start working with the VAT, you just bite off a piece of math, a piece of business math from your pocket. That's our experience, at least.
You joined like ESS. Like, how was your experience? Was it like, would you recommend it to other people that wanna grow their business? Like, how was your experience with us, working with us?
Man, definitely. I mean, we started like a bit more than a year ago, and it was a game changer, because we managed to find people whom we like have connection with, and whose values are close to our values, and who we can learn from. You gotta be ready for that. I mean, it's a community, right? It's the community that brings value. It's the calls that with the coaches that bring even more value. And I must say that we had many calls with Sergey, and the value he brings is it cannot be overestimated, I guess, because it just it makes your decision process easier and faster. So instead of trying to look at the data you have and trying to, let's say, invent a solution or invent an hypothesis, like what to do, what to test next, how to proceed from here, you can just have like a person who has like experience in many industries. I mean, within ecom, okay, many industries, with deep understanding of how this business works, how the marketing works, how the Facebook works, how the funnel works, how the conversion rate works, with hands-on experience right now in different countries. So this experience, this information cannot be overestimated, I guess, and like you can just have an immediate feedback from a person who has so much knowledge and understanding. That's very valuable. On the other hand, you have, again, when you communicate with the people within community, it's just in their normal life. You understand with whom you would like to connect, with whom you wouldn't, whom to listen, whom not to listen, because like this part of the free community is still there. And but man, so like to summarize all that, absolutely, I recommend 100%. If you want to basically shortcut your business decisions, to have somebody who can help you understand where to go, take a look at a different angle. You will find those people in this community and coaches as well. So yeah.
Thank you, Roman. So what's next for you? Kind of like, where do you see the expansion of your business? Like, do you want to expand like within POD, like category, like or the makeup is like where you see the most potential, and you want to expand in that direction?
So like, here's the deal. We are two, my partner and I, and Eugen has his own project. Mine is beauty, and this is where I want to make the next big step. And I don't have an exact understanding, but one of the scenarios is to take the European market. One of the options is I don't want to stop at the online sales channel only. So when it's absolutely fine with the online, I would consider even offline as well. And POD, definitely not. I mean, like POD for me, I don't. This is actually POD ideas are more Eugen's, my partner's ideas, and POD has never been close to me because I cannot perceive enough value, enough problem solving from those products. They are really emotional. They are really seasonal, and I don't see any ability to scale that to the moon. Like this is my personal. I'm not trying to state that for everybody. This is my personal. So POD, I don't think that I would vote for POD as a next let's say X. No, beauty, yes, when it comes like about beauty, makeup, and it's all about problems and solving problems, and yeah, so I feel like that.
Awesome, man. So thank you for joining me today. How people can connect with you?
Man, you would find me on Discord and community. My name is Mykhailo. Like it's the same name there on Discord. So just feel free to message me. If I don't reply instantly, feel free to ping me twice or whatever. So yeah, I'm there.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. It's very, inspiring story. Like, I mean, you're literally building this, from scratch, like making all of these mistakes is still continuing to push, like awesome to see that progress and awesome to see that we've been able to help you as well. Yeah, my man, looking forward to see your next breakthroughs.
Thanks, man, and I appreciate all you guys do for this community. That's a very valuable thing. So thank you so much, and thanks for having me today.